When the day begins to fade and the sky turns soft and wide.
Well, that was me singing, or at least an animated version of me. And here is the cool part. Everything you just saw and heard was 100% generated with AI. The song, composed and written by AI. The voice, AI generated. The animated character performing it, built from a real photo and brought to life with AI tools. And the best part, it was all done completely for free. No expensive software, no animation team, no recording studio, just some creativity and a few incredible AI tools anyone can use. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how I created this entire scene step by step, from generating the song lyrics, voice and music, to designing the 3D Pixar-style avatar, to animating everything and syncing it with the vocals, all without writing a single line of code or spending a single dollar. So if you ever dreamed of creating your own animated character that can sing, talk, or even star in a music video, you are in the right place. Let's dive in and I'll show you how it all came together. Alright, now let's break down how this entire experience was created step by step. To start, we need a beautiful romantic song that feels like it could belong in a heartfelt animated movie. Something slow, emotional, and timeless. But instead of writing the lyrics myself or hiring a songwriter, I turned to ChatGPT to do the job for me. Here is the exact prompt I used. Write original lyrics for a slow, romantic, classical style song suitable for a 3D animated Pixar style character to sing. The song should be around 2 minutes long when sung. It should have a gentle, flowing rhythm, calm and emotional, not energetic. Include 2 verses, a repeating chorus, and a short bridge. The lyrics should feel timeless and heartfelt, like a love letter in a musical form. Use poetic language, but keep it simple enough for a wide audience to understand. Avoid modern slang or upbeat phrases. Aim for elegance and emotional depth. Make this song feel like it was written for a classic animated movie, nostalgic, touching, and visually gentle in tone. As you can see, ChatGPT returned a beautifully written song, complete with a title, verses, and even a gentle bridge, just like you'd expect from a professional lyricist. Now, to be honest, I actually think the final version of the song might run slightly longer than 2 minutes once it is fully performed, but I'm completely fine with that. Now that we've got the lyrics ready, it's time to bring this song to life. And for that, I'm going to use one of the most impressive AI tools out there right now, Suno AI. Let's head over to suno.com. Right from the moment you land on the homepage, you will see that this platform is all about one thing: generating high-quality music from just text prompts. You'll be greeted with a clean, minimal interface, very modern and user-friendly. There is a create button and you can start building music just by typing a short description of what you want. But before we do that, there is one quick step: signing up. Creating an account is super simple. You can sign up using your Google account, Apple, Facebook, or just a phone number. Once you're in, here is the cool part. You get 100 free credits right away, just for signing up. And after that, every single day you log in, you'll automatically receive 50 more credits daily. That means you can keep coming back and generating new songs, experimenting with styles, instruments, and vocals, all without spending a dime. Let's go ahead and click on the Create button on the left-hand side of the screen. That brings us to the Suno dashboard, and this is where everything happens. The interface is super sleek and beginner-friendly. You've got a few main panels to work with. At the top, you'll notice 2 modes, Simple and Custom. For our project, we're going with Custom, which gives us full control over lyrics, style, and vocals. There is a large text area labeled Lyrics, where you can either paste your own or have the AI generate something for you, but we already came prepared with the lyrics from ChatGPT. Right below that, there is a section called Styles, where we can guide the AI on what kind of music we want. And that's where things get creative. So let's start by pasting the full lyrics we generated earlier. Now for the style tags, I'm going to type in romantic, classical, and solo male to capture that slow, emotional, almost cinematic ballad vibe we're going for. Once everything looks good, we hit the big orange create button at the bottom, and that's it. Suno now takes over and begins generating the song behind the scenes. It usually takes just a few seconds to complete. The tool automatically creates two unique versions of the song based on the same lyrics and style prompts, and this generation costs 10 credits, which is totally fair considering the quality you get. Now let's go ahead and listen to both versions.
When the day begins to fade and the sky turns soft and wide, I can
Well, not bad, actually pretty good. The voice is smooth, the pacing is good, and it really captures the romantic tone we wanted. But let's not rush, let's check out the second one too.
When the day begins to fade and the sky turns soft and wide, I can feel your shadow near me.
Well, that one hits different. The instrumentation feels richer, the vocals are slightly more expressive, and for me, this version is way better. So I'm going with version 2 for this project. Now to download it, I click the three dots next to the track and select download, then MP3, and here is something you'll want to pay attention to. Before downloading, Suno pops up a model window with a message about commercial rights. It lets you know that only Pro and Premier plans include songs eligible for commercial use. Since we're just doing this for fun and not monetizing the track, we're totally fine. Alright, now that we've got our song, lyrics, music and vocals, it's time to bring it all to life visually. And just like we did with the lyrics, we're going to use ChatGPT again to help us generate the visuals. This time we'll be creating the main animated character, a 3D Pixar-style version of myself standing on a beautiful concert stage, ready to perform. So here is how I do it. First I need a real photo of myself and then I give ChatGPT a detailed, carefully crafted prompt describing the exact character and scene I wanted to generate. Here is the full prompt. Create a 3D Pixar-style cartoon image of me in landscape format. The scene should show the character based on the attached photo, male, bald, with beard, fully visible, standing on a concert stage in a spotlight. He is singing into a classic vintage microphone on a stand with a gentle, emotional expression, as if performing a slow romantic ballad. Dress the character in elegant concert attire, a dark velvet jacket, white shirt, and stylish black pants, suitable for a classical solo performance. Add warm stage lighting from above and behind, soft lens flares, and a subtle mist or smoky effect for atmosphere. The background should include elegant red curtains, stage floorboards, and hints of a concert hall or theater ambience. Dim crowd or soft lights in the background. The overall tone should be cinematic, heartwarming, and visually rich, like a magical Pixar concert moment frozen in time. And after a few moments, the image is ready, and it looks pretty amazing. It has that Pixar-style charm, the cinematic mood, and just the right emotional tone for a romantic solo performance. However, I did notice one small issue. Even though I clearly asked for the character to be fully visible, the AI cropped the image slightly, cutting off the lower half. It's not a big deal and I'll still be using that version, but I wanted to see if I could get an even better result. So I go back to ChatGPT with a quick follow-up prompt. Regenerate the image so that the singer is fully visible. Keep all other instructions unchanged. This time I also attached the previous image as a reference to help guide the AI more clearly. After waiting a few moments again, the new image is ready, and it is perfect. The character is now fully visible from head to toe, exactly how I wanted it for the animated performance. Now at this point I had two high quality images, one cropped and one full body, and I want to make the most out of them. So here's a quick creative tip. To avoid using the same exact shot repeatedly in your video, simply flip the images horizontally. You can do this with any basic photo viewer, even Windows default one. Just click Edit, then tap the arrow icon to flip the image left or right, and then save the image. So that gives me 4 total variations, 2 original compositions and 2 flipped versions. This might seem like a small thing, but when you're animating or cutting between scenes, it helps a lot to create some visual variety without actually generating more assets. Now there was one more visual I want to add, something for the very beginning of the song. You know that our song has a few seconds of instrumental music before the vocals kick in. I didn't want to jump right into showing the singer. Instead, I wanted a dramatic intro image. Just the stage, the spotlight, the microphone, empty. So I asked ChatGPT to create a version of this scene without the character, just the concert hall, the warm lighting, the glowing curtains, and that iconic vintage microphone standing alone in the spotlight. So at this point we now have a cinematic intro scene with no character, 2 animated versions of the singer, cropped and full body, flipped variants of each image to double the visual variety. That gives us a total of 5 unique visuals to work with as we animate and sync the performance. Now that we've created our visuals, the character, the stage, the atmosphere, it's time to take things one step further and bring those images to life. For that, I'll be using one of the most advanced and visually impressive AI video generation tools available right now, Kling AI. If you've seen any of our recent videos, you already know that I've used Kling a few times, and every time is absolutely perfect. The motion is cinematic, the lighting is realistic, and the overall style is incredibly polished. It takes static images and gives them movement, emotion, and life. Right now we're on the welcome page of Kling AI's platform. First things first, if you don't have an account yet, go ahead and sign up. Once you do that, you'll receive 166 free credits, which may not sound like a lot, but it's enough to create one full animation. If the credits are expired and you don't want to upgrade and spend money, then you know what you should do. You can use different accounts or different sign-up methods to get some extra credits, because in this particular case, we're going to create 4 minutes long video, and 166 credits are not enough, so feel free to use different sign-up methods or accounts, whatever you think of. From here, we simply click on the Create button in the top right corner, and then in the left-hand menu, select the Video tab. Once we do that, we land on the main dashboard where all the video generation happens. Let's take a look at the interface. On the left-hand side, under the Image to Video tab, you'll see a panel where we can upload our source images. You can either drag and drop your visuals directly or select them from your upload history. Below that is the prompt section. It is optional, but if you want to give Kling AI a little extra creative direction, like mood, motion style, or cinematic intent, this is where you can type it in. There are also preset inspiration prompts and DeepSeek integration if you want help crafting one. Then at the very bottom we have the key animation settings, standard and professional. Since we are using the free version, we have to choose standard. You can choose video length. We're going with 10 seconds per scene to keep it smooth and impactful. The output count, which determines how many variations Kling will generate, and creativity level. This affects how strictly Kling follows your images and prompts. For once everything is set, all we have to do is hit the generate button and Kling will do the rest. Alright, now it's time to make our character come alive, literally. We're going to take the first Pixar-style image we generated earlier with ChatGPT, the one where our character is standing on stage, singing into a vintage mic, and animate it using Kling AI's powerful motion generation system. So let's go ahead and drag and drop that image right into Kling's interface under the Image to Video tab. Now before we hit the Generate button, we need to guide Kling AI with a prompt. Make the character gently sing a slow romantic song with soft expressions and minimal movement. Keep the performance calm, emotional, and graceful. Once the prompt is ready, click the green Generate button and give Kling a few minutes to generate the video. And here it is. The results, pretty cool. The lighting, the motion, the mood, it really feels like a scene from a 3D animated movie. Now, if you're not completely happy with the result, you can always regenerate it with the same image and prompt or tweak the wording slightly to experiment. Just keep in mind that each generation costs credits, and depending on your plan, you might have a limited amount, so use them wisely. I'm happy with how this one turned out, so I'm keeping it as the final base animation. But now comes a super important part, lip syncing. Since this is a singing animation, syncing the mouth movement to the vocals will take the realism to a whole new level. Kling AI actually has a built-in lip sync feature right beneath the video preview area. It is incredibly useful and intuitive, but there is one key thing to handle first. Our full audio track is about 4 minutes long, and unfortunately, Kling doesn't currently support uploading large audio files in one go. That means we need to split the audio into smaller clips, each no longer than 10 seconds. Now, here is the tricky part. You can't just split the audio every 10 seconds blindly. That might cut the audio right in the middle of a vocal line or disrupt the flow of the singing. Instead, you need to listen carefully to the song, find natural pauses or breathing moments between phrases, and split the audio at those points while keeping each clip under 10 seconds in length. I'm using CapCut to split the audio. It is fast, intuitive, and perfect for this kind of task, but you can use any audio or video editor you're comfortable with. Once each segment is carefully split, I export and render each one separately, ready to upload for lip syncing. Now that the audio clips are ready, let's go back to Kling and click the lip sync button. This opens a new panel with several customization options. Kling gives you the choice of using pre-built AI voices, male, female, dramatic, corporate, and so on. These are great if you want to generate a speaking or singing voice from text, but we've already got a custom vocal track, so in our case we'll use the Upload Local Dubbing option. Click the button and then upload one of your 10-second audio clips directly from your computer. Once uploaded, you will see two icons next to the audio preview, one to edit the audio, allowing you to trim the beginning or end or adjust its timing, and one to delete the clip in case you want to re-upload a corrected version. Take a moment here to preview the audio and make sure it fits the scene perfectly. Once everything is aligned and you're satisfied, hit the Generate button again. This process costs 10 credits, which is honestly quite fair for what you're getting. Give it a few minutes to render, and here it is. Let's watch the video.
When the day begins to fade and the sky turns soft and wide,
The mouth movement is now fully synced with the vocals, and it really feels like the character is singing. Now once you've animated your scene and synced the audio in Kling AI, you might notice something in the final render. A watermark. Specifically, there is a small Kling AI logo in the bottom right corner of every generated video. Now to be fair, that's completely expected. Most AI tools add a watermark if you are using the free version, but the good news is there is a way around it, and even better, it's free if you play it smart. Let me introduce you to a super handy tool called VMake AI. It is designed to remove watermarks from videos automatically using AI. Here is how it works. If your video is 5 seconds or less, you can upload it to VMake AI and remove the watermark completely for free. If your video is longer than 5 seconds, you'll need to upgrade to a premium plan to unlock full-length watermark removal. Now here is the problem. Our animated clips from Kling AI are each 10 seconds long, and since our full song is about 4 minutes, we'd be looking at dozens of clips, which means dozens of uploads and watermark removals if we try to go the free route. Of course, you can split each clip into two 5-second parts using CapCut or any video editor, then upload both halves separately to Vmake AI, remove the watermark, and stitch them back together afterward. But that can get incredibly repetitive and a bit of a hassle. But here is another approach. If you've ever worked with ChatGPT generated images, especially in landscape format, you will notice that the ratio isn't a perfect 16:9. Most of the time, you need to adjust the canvas size manually in a video editor like CapCut anyway. So here is what I recommend. If you're okay with cropping a little off the bottom of the video where the watermark sits, you can simply zoom in or reposition the frame in your editor to crop it out entirely. No watermark, no exporting issues, no extra tools. This works especially well if you were already planning to fine-tune the aspect ratio or add cinematic bars to your project. On the other hand, if you want to preserve the entire frame exactly as it was generated without cropping anything, then your best bet is to split the clips into 5-second chunks, upload them to Vmake AI, and use the 5-second preview download option to get clean, watermark-free versions. Let me walk you through that process real quick. Go to vmake.ai, upload your 5-second video clip, wait for the AI to process and remove the watermark. Once it is ready, you will see two download options: download preview, which is free, and download full video, which requires a premium account. Since our clip is exactly 5 seconds, you can go with the free preview download. And then, when you play the video, the watermark is gone. Alright, so we've gone through the entire process together, from crafting the original song lyrics with ChatGPT to generating the full musical performance with Suno AI, creating the 3D Pixar-style visuals with ChatGPT image prompts, bringing everything to life with Kling AI's animation and lip syncing, and even removing watermarks using Vmake AI. Now, rather than repeating the entire process clip by clip here, which would be tedious and repetitive, I've already done the heavy lifting and pre-generated every animated scene using the exact steps we just walked through. Now it's time to bring it all together in one final video. For that I'm using CapCut, which is my go-to editing tool. So let me walk you through the entire process. I began by importing every animated video clip I had created with Kling AI. I carefully placed them on the timeline, one after the other, in the correct order to match the progression of the song. After that, I imported the full-length audio track that we generated earlier with Suno AI and placed it in the audio track beneath the visuals. With both elements in the timeline, the backbone of the video was complete. But remember the empty stage image we created earlier, the one with just the spotlight and microphone without the character in it? I used that image for the beginning of the video, during the first few instrumental seconds before the singing starts. Since it is a static image, I wanted to give it some life and motion. To do that, I added a subtle zoom-in effect. I selected the image, placed the playhead at the very beginning of the clip, and clicked the keyframe icon in the video settings to lock in the starting scale. Then I moved the playhead to the end of the image and slightly increased the scale to about 132%. This gave the illusion of a smooth cinematic zoom, drawing the viewer gently into the performance. However, you will notice that the image begins completely black. That's because I applied a fade-in effect to make the entrance more elegant. To add that, I simply selected the image, went into the animation section, and applied the built-in fade-in preset. You just need to click the animation and it will be applied to the image automatically. Next, I moved on to the text overlays. I added two different text elements at the start. The first was the title of the song, When the Stars Begin to Fall. The second was a note for viewers, gently letting them know that the song was entirely composed and performed using AI. To add this, I click the Text tab in the navigation menu, drag the default text box into the timeline, and position it above the image layer. After adding the text, I customize the fonts to enhance the visual style. For the song title, I chose a bold, elegant typeface called Integral CF Heavy, which gave it a classic cinematic presence. For the AI notes, I used a softer font called Feltando, which adds a nice balance and keeps it subtle. Of course, I didn't stop there. To make the text elements feel more animated, I added entrance animations to both. I selected the song title and applied an animation called Golden Dust, which adds some sparkle as the words appear. For the AI notes, I applied an effect called Snow Fluttering, which makes the text float gently into view like soft snowflakes drifting across the screen. Then for both elements, I added fade out animations as they disappeared, selecting both elements, then switching to the Out animation tab, and applying the fade out preset for a smooth transition. Alright, after that, to support the animations with audio, I added a sparkle sound effect beneath the text. I went into the audio section, selected sound effects, searched for sparkle trail, and found a sound that matched the mood perfectly. I dropped it into the timeline beneath the visuals. Then I trimmed the length so it didn't run too long and lowered the volume to minus 7.6 decibels to make sure it blended gently with the music rather than overpowering it. As the song starts, I wanted to make the animated performance feel even more realistic, like a live concert moment, so I also added audience clapping sounds at appropriate points. I searched for clap in the hall, which gave me a great white space applause recording. The audio clip was a bit short, so to extend it, I copied and pasted it to create a second instance. I trimmed off the built-in fade in and fade out at the start and end of each clip, so the two could loop seamlessly. After aligning them properly, I selected both, right-clicked, and used the compound clip option to combine them into one solid, reusable applause track. Another important part of the editing process was handling the transitions between scenes. I didn't want the cuts to feel abrupt, so I went into the transitions panel and started layering between each clip. I used a combination of blur, light effects, and overlays, each one adding a sense of cinematic flow from one shot to the next. As we reached the ending of the video, I wanted to give it a graceful exit, just like a live show would, so I selected the final video clip and applied a fade out animation from the Out animation settings. Then I did the same with the audio, selecting the song and using the audio fade out tool so the music doesn't end abruptly. And finally, I placed one more clapping sound effect at the very end to simulate the audience's final applause, and I added a soft fade in to that clip to make it ease in naturally. And just like that, everything is in place. The video is edited, polished, and ready for export. All that's left now is to export the video and watch the final result come to life.
When the day begins to fade and the sky turns soft and wide, I can feel your shadow near me, like the moon beside the tide. Every breath becomes a whisper, every heartbeat sings your name. In the silence, love remembers. Nothing ever feels the same. Stay with me when the stars begin to fall. Hold me close through the hush of it all. In the quiet I will find your light, guiding me gently through the night. Love, don't fade, just softly call and stay with me when the stars begin to fall. Time may weave its gentle threads through the corners of our days, but the songs we wrote in silence still in every echo play. Even if the world grows colder and the winds forget our name, I will wait beneath the starlight, whispering yours just the same. Stay with me when the stars begin to fall. Hold me close through the hush of it all. In the quiet I will find your light, guiding me gently through the night. Love, don't fade, just softly call and stay with me when the stars begin to fall. Even dreams may gently break, but what we held, they'll never take. A love so true, it softly glows forever where the starlight goes. Stay with me when the stars begin to fall. Hold me close through the hush of it all. Even if the world should end tonight, your love will be my lullaby.
And that's it. From a simple idea and a single photo, we just created a full animated music video, lyrics, vocals, visuals, animation, lip sync, all powered by AI and all for 100% free. We went through the entire process step by step, and I hope this video showed you just how powerful and accessible these tools have become. Whether you're a creator, a musician, a storyteller, or just someone who loves experimenting with technology, this is your moment. If you enjoyed this video, let me know. Drop a comment below and tell me what part surprised you the most, or what kind of AI video you want to see next. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss what's coming next. Your support really helps us keep going and creating more inspiring content like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.